Hi, my name is Peter Montesi. I'm with A Designs Audio. We are a manufacturer of boutique microphone preamplifiers, EQs, and compressors, both in 19-inch rack and 500 series. We receive hundreds of emails and phone calls from around the world asking questions about our 500 series format preamplifiers. And I hope today we'll touch on the most frequently asked questions and be able to provide an answer for you. We've designed a range of microphone preamplifiers that not only have physically different colors, but sonically are different. The reason why we designed a different range of preamplifiers is so that when you're recording, each individual amplifier has its own special sonic signature or footprint, if you will. In the case of our 500 series blue, red, gold, silver, and P1, each one of them is sonically different. This results in great separation during your mixing. And I think once we get into this a little bit more, you'll understand why we did this. So we're going to start here with our P1 in the 500 series format. Basically, our P1 is a custom input transformer and a custom output transformer. What we tried to do here, or what we did here, was we took and modeled Quad 8 Pacifica, Ventura, Coronado boards. And I believe we achieved that, and we hit it dead on using the P1. That was the whole purpose of making the P1 in the 500 series format, was to bring Quad 8 to the 500 series format. And I believe we did just that. Now, you have to remember, this is pretty much the father of all of our preamplifiers. The topology is the same on each and every preamplifier. The only difference between these preamplifiers and their colors and their sonic characters is basically transformers. So our next unit that we're going to touch right here is our EM Blue. Our EM Blue has the same input transformer as the P1, which is custom wound for A Designs by Sinmag, and it has a nickel output transformer. Now, when we're talking about the different alloys used in transformers, we're talking about different tones, different sonic qualities. And using high nickel, or using nickel, what that does is that translates into more air, a little more top end, nice and airy, smooth, and bright. Now, depending on which microphone you want to use with that, is totally up to you. It's all subjective. Now, the next unit that we're going to touch on here is the EM Silver. Still sharing the same custom wound input transformer as the P1, the EM Blue, the EM Silver is no different in that respect. The difference here is the output transformer again. It is steel, all steel. Now what steel does is steel will give you a warmer tone, a little meatier, a little fatter tone, okay? If that's what you're looking for. Now in case you have a bright microphone, you might want to put it in combination with this. Okay, so now the next thing that we're looking at is the EM Red. Now here's where things get a little different, a little hairy, because I'm going to be jumping around, so try to stay with me the best you can. The EM Red shares the same output transformer as our P1, but the catch here is it's a different input transformer. This input transformer is basically providing a slight bump in the upper mids, or maybe more than just a slight bump, a little more aggressive in the upper mids. And pretty much what you're going to be hearing is almost similar to the P1, except more aggressive in the upper mids. Now, the next unit here is the EM Gold. Now this isn't a far stretch from this. Now remember, we're jumping around a little bit. The EM Gold shares the same output transformer as the EM Silver. This is all steel. The EM Gold is no different. It's a steel output transformer. Now, this is kind of like a cross between our EM Silver here and our EM Red, okay? Steel output transformer, and it shares the same input transformer as our EM Red. So what's going to happen here is you're going to get the lows, you're going to get a little meatier sound, a little darker sound, but with the input transformer the same as the EM Red, you're going to get that little bump in the low mids, be a little more aggressive. Some bass players, I know quite a few bass players, happen to like that low, aggressive, low mid, and it works for them. So this is all our transformers and our preamplifiers, inputs and output transformers, and our preamplifiers for the EM series for A Designs Audio. So to recap what we just talked about is the P1. P1 has its own sonic character, pretty much quad 8 all the way around. custom input transformer, custom output transformer. The EM Blue, highs, airy. That's what you think of when you think of the EM Blue. The EM Silver, lows. All right, thicker, darker. The EM Red, same as the P1, except more aggressive in the upper mids. And the EM Gold, same as the EM Silver, a little bump in the lower mids. One of the features that I want to point out here is that we've put thumb screws on each and every unit. These thumb screws have a purpose. It's to stop you from using the gain pot for installation and uninstalling the units, causing potential danger or repair. Okay, so what we did was we took our EM Blue out of the rack, and I took the cover off of it so that I can show you the insides, the guts, if you will, and show you a few things that are hopefully going to answer some questions. Basically, what we have here is the inside, the topology of each and every preamplifier that we manufacture in the 500 series from A Designs. Has same capacitors, same resistors, same op amp, same switches, same pots, same connectors. Remember we told you about the EM Blue having the high nickel output transformer and giving you the air and the hi-fi? Well, basically, this is the output transformer of the EM Blue. Now, this is a nickel output transformer. This is what's producing that highs for you, the bright sound, airy, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is the transformer. Now, in each unit, the EM Silver with the steel output transformer, right here. Except this is nickel, EM Silver is steel. The difference, again, between the EM Red and the EM Gold was the input transformer, remember? The input transformer on the EM Red was giving you a bump in the upper mids, and the input transformer on the EM Gold was giving you a little bump in the low mids. So this is where that's coming from. This is how that's produced. And the output transformers, both nickel, steel, and combination of different alloys, is right here. The one thing that I do want to tell everybody is that when you pick a microphone and a preamplifier, this is a very personal piece. In your whole signal chain, these are probably the most personal pieces that you're going to have. And each and every one of them, the microphone and the preamplifier, are all totally and highly subjective. And this is why we made the EM series in different colors and the 500 series P1. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for today. And I hope we've answered a lot of your questions. But in case we haven't, please keep the phone calls and emails coming. And of course, I'll always respond to each and every one of them. Please remember, music is an art. Recording is an art. Have fun.